Hi guys, and welcome back to Chuckle's YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be playing Kyle is Famous, and this is, I just wanted to change things up a bit from doing just horror, and I've seen one of my favourite YouTubers, Jacksepticeye, play this in the past, and it's a very much more light-hearted game, and I think it just looks a lot of fun. As you can see here, there's multiple endings you can get, and yeah, just jump into it. I'll vlog of that at some point. Kyle wakes up. He is famous. That's good to know. Kyle is host of the most popular talk show in recent memory, Stay Up Late with Kyle. Stay Up Late with Kyle has grown in popularity quickly in the last year, and the public has noticed. I should hope so. Inside has called Kyle a most excellent dumpy white man. Rather be compared to better things than that, but yeah. Top Tech noted that Kyle is inspiring youth to explore STEM fields. Most other talk shows are dedicated to discussing Kyle and his personal details. A little bit sad, but let's go on. Most online videos are best of clips taken from Kyle's latest broadcast. The eye of the world is upon Kyle. Tonight is Kyle's most important guest interview yet. Stay Up Late with Kyle will be featuring Rachel May. She is a very kind and lovely philanthropist. She is dear to the hearts of many. This interview requires preparation. Kyle cracked his eyes open, knowing today is his last chance to prepare for the interview. Kyle has 30 hours left. You must choose your actions wisely. Right. Exit the bed. Kyle is exited his bed and took a quick glance around his bedroom. Open the closet. Kyle opened the closet. It was dark, and he could only see his hanging shirts. Choose an outfit. Now, now I think I can start off. I'm gonna go try and get the proper ending, I suppose, and from a good interview, and then afterwards I'm gonna mess around a bit. So start with a slick suit. Kyle miraculously crammed his dumpy body into the suit. Kyle returned to his centre of his bedroom. Sit at a desk. Kyle made his way to the desk and sat down. Right. Write notes for interview. Right. First question. Is your mother? No. Right. Kyle, second question. What are some dieting tips? What's your funniest story? What's your guilty pleasure? And there we go. That's that done. Checking desk drawer. Ooh. Don't think we need anything from there. Go back to the room. Exit the bedroom. Let's go to the kitchen. Kyle walked to the centre of the kitchen. Right. Open the fridge. He crossed on the fridge wall. I mean, if you're that hungry, then right, prepare for breakfast. We're not going to smash it. We're going to eat it. Lovely sound effects. Right. Check pantry. Kyle walked back, but found it was locked with a small keyhole. Alright, back. Return to hallway. Leave apartment. Visit downstairs neighbour. Greet and start conversation. Ask. Good morning, neighbour, said Kyle cheerfully. Gabby looked at Kyle expectantly. We're not going to ask Gabby about Gabby. We're going to ask Gabby about Rachel. Gabby, Kyle asked, what are your true thoughts about Rachel May? Oh, Rachel, Gabby said, she's a wonderful woman. Her generous acts have inspired more good work than bad. There we go. Kyle hurried to the set. You can tell I'm a bit tired of this. Sitting across from his host's chair was a glamorous woman with an air of genuinity. As Kyle approached her, Kyle looked up and smiled. Good evening, Kyle, she said, looking at him in the eyes. "I've been looking forward to being here," Kyle responded. As politely. "And I as well, Rachel," answered Kyle, extending his hand in greeting. "You're a most welcome guest." Shake their hands. After another mild exchange of pleasantries, Kyle and Rachel were prompted to take their places for the broadcast. Ooh, here we go. A moment after seating, the studio lights brightened and the cameras clicked on. Start broadcast. "Good evening, everyone," said Kyle, looking at the camera. "Welcome back to Stay Up Late with Kyle." Tonight I have the pleasure of interviewing the lovely Rachel May, who needs no more introduction. Kyle motioned to Rachel, who smiled and waved at the camera. "Hello, Kyle," she said. "I'm glad to be here." "Well, I'm sure we'll have a lot of time to discuss, so we might as well dive right in," said Kyle. "I'm very ready," said Rachel with a winning smile. Ooh. Right, what should we start with? Let's start with, are you a mother? "Rachel, I and many others would love to know, are you a mother?" Kyle looked up from his notes. "Well, being a single woman with a career," she answered, "that's not something that has crossed my mind." "Fair enough." Rachel smiled genuinely at Kyle. "Very reasonable indeed," said Kyle. He referred back to the paper of questions. What's your funniest story?" "You've been involved in a lot of different things," said Kyle, "but what's your funniest story?" "Well, that's a great question, Kyle," Rachel said. "I think the story I always remember is the first time I tried to make dinner for my family. In the soup I made, I swapped out the water with milk and tipped the whole jar of salt in the pot. Oh, eesh. While my family was sick from trying to eat it, I swiped their things and locked myself in my room." Rachel laughed elegantly. Kyle decided to move on. What are some dieting tips?" "Rachel, you manage to keep in such a thin and healthy figure," he said. "What is your best diet tip?" "Well, a good diet starts with a plan," answered Rachel. "And don't break it. Cheat days can turn into a habit." "But," she continued, "that doesn't mean a midnight snack here and there isn't allowed." Kyle looked at his flabby self, decided not to comment, and moved on. Poor Kyle. "What's your guilty pleasure?" "Well, we all have one. What's your guilty pleasure?" "Ooh, well that's an easy answer," said Rachel. "Dipping pickles in chocolate sauce." Ugh, disgusting. It might sound strange, but it's tangy and sweet at the same time. I eat it far too often." Rachel smiled sweetly. "Rachel, you have a problem." After reading his final question, Kyle looked up from his paper. "Well, Rachel," he said, "I think that's all I was planning on asking you." "If that's the case, Kyle, may I ask something in return?" asked Rachel, smiling one more time. "Do you prepare for your interview in advance? Because you seem very together." She's on to me. Before Kyle could answer, the camera shut down and the broadcast was over. Kyle returned home knowing the interview had gone very well. But as he lay in bed and drifted to sleep, he felt perhaps something was still missing. Wait, I see that. I think that's maybe the best ending. I don't know if I can get a better one or not because she kept saying I was looking for my notes. But there's one ending. Hi guys, back again. I've looked at the endings. We've got the good interview ending, and there's 21 endings in total that we can get now. So I'm gonna try and plow through this a bit and see as many endings as I can get. Let's go. Right, Kyle wakes up. He is famous. Kyle's first decision of the morning was made wisely. Right, now, for this one I'm gonna put wither away. I'm not sure this is a one-step thing or not, but Kyle decided to stay put and withered away. Kyle successfully withered away and died. Oh shucks. Oh, Kyle is now a ghost. This does not relieve him of his responsibilities. Oh god. So now we gotta do as a ghost. Kyle exited his bed and took a quick glance around the room. Scavenge. Kyle crouched down on the floor, realizing his immediate need for bugs. Kyle started to pick between the fuzz of the bedroom carpet, hoping to catch a stray beetle or two. Soon he had a small handful of various insects, dead and alive. I'm going to do this one at some point, but for now we'll save for later use. Kyle stashed the wriggling mass for a later use. Kyle returned back to the centre of his bedroom. Now, I'm not going to put the closet on, see if anything happens. Right, so we're going to exit the bedroom to the hallway and check the locked door. Now, force the door with forehead. Float through as a ghost. Yep. Kyle uses his ghostly powers and walks straight through the door. Go inside. Find the room stashed with items. By fans. Check sewing machine. Supernatural artifact. This is one of Kyle's many mysterious artifacts Kyle's been sent over the years. Grab artifact. Kyle stashes the mysterious artifact for later use. Back to the room. Check the sewing machine. Sew bug puppets. So dead bugs do to make small actuated finger puppets. Kyle crafted the bug puppet for each finger. He named them after guests he had interviewed on his show. Laser claymore. Expected in battle. You've got the laser claymore. Bloody hell! So now I've got a big sword stashed. Visit downstairs neighbour. A middle-aged woman answered the door. She looked expectantly. Consume Gabby, scream and spin. Scream spin. Started to swirl outside the guy's door, arms outstretched. His neck back upwards and let a loose, long, passionate and meaningful scream. As Kyle continued to spin, Gabby shut and locked the door, and as she did every time, Kyle screamed outside her door. Eventually, Kyle ran out of breath and fell over. Oh, here we go. Kyle hurried to the set. Per normal, he ceased to be a ghost before. Oh, so we're not a ghost anymore. I was hoping we'd get a reaction. Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an air of genuinity. Throw artifact at Rachel. As she approached to shake his hand, Kyle produced a supernatural artifact and winked at Rachel's face. Within moments of the artifact colliding with her head, Rachel started to turn into a lizard demon. Rachel began to cause destruction, tipping over lights and causing crew members to scatter. Kyle, realizing the disaster he had caused, decided that it was up to him to tame the monster. Throw crew members at the monster. Kyle grabbed nearby crew members and hurled them at Rachel. The crew members rebounded off Rachel on all sides, causing little to no damage to her or themselves. In illicit demon rage, Rachel rushed to Kyle and drove him to the opposite wall face first. She began to pound Kyle's face into the wall, repeatedly, littering it with head-sized holes. Kyle, having been in the situation before, felt he knew exactly what to do. Balling his fist, Kyle began to punch himself in the stomach repeatedly, causing loud gurgles and pops. Kyle's strategy did not help. He continued to be mashed into the wall. After a period of time, the artifact lodged in Rachel's face became loose and fell to the floor. Rachel immediately turned into a normal human self. The studio, now in shambles, flicked to life. The broadcast had started automatically. Kyle, unable to move properly, became aware that the eyes were many were upon him. Kyle tried to address the audience, but instead spewed some mixture of breakfast, phlegm, and chunks of wall. Kyle's spewing video became a very hot meme. Online personalities used it to express distaste about social issues. Teenagers sent it to each other about homework amounts. Rachel's broadcast was rescheduled for the following week. Fans complained about not being able to see Rachel's face as she wore protective headgear the entire time. Rachel prepared by being a lizard. Right. So I knew it means right. Lizard Demon 2. So there's multiple endings for Lizard Demon, is there? Right. Let's move to kitchen. Open fridge. eat crust on fridge wall. Kyle started scraping and streaks of crud and spots off the black mold off the walls of his fridge. After balling up the fill from all sides of the fridge, Kyle bit into the crusty, moist ball. 7 minutes later, Kyle finished chewing and swallowed the ball whole. Kyle walked to the centre of the kitchen. Right. Kyle hurried to the set. Per normal, he ceased to be a ghost before he arrived. Sitting across from him was, we didn't know this. Kyle approached her. Rachel smiled quickly, turned to a shock and realised that Kyle had not put any clothes on today. Kyle waved and smiled broadly. Rachel uncomfortably averted her eyes. Kyle started making his round around the room, greeting each crew member, none of whom looked at him directly. As it became apparent that Kyle had no intention of leaving, Rachel made excuses and exited the set. One by one, the crew followed suit. Kyle was left all alone. Right, so we got that one. I want to do the same thing again, but this time we're going to give him clothes so that we can see what happens if we use the bug puppets. Right. Open the closet. Choose an outfit. We're going to make it stupid, of course. Let's put on a suit of armour. Oh, actually, yeah, if I put on a suit of armour, and then we'll get the bugs anyway. We'll eat immediately. Kyle threw back his head, and cramming the sticky, wriggling mass into his mouth, he felt refreshed. Lovely. Exit bedroom to the hallway. We're gonna check the locked door. We're gonna float through it, and we're gonna get the claymore. We're gonna do this as well. Oh wait, no, we ate them already, haven't we? Right, yeah. And then return to bedroom. Sit at the desk. Check in desk drawer. What would it need, you reckon? Flashlight. Right notes for the interview. Is your mother a mother? I've eaten a raw egg whole, and I purposely ran over a puppy. And then, the last question. Are you guilty? There we go. Lovely. Right, here we go. Kyle hurried to the set and, ceased to be a ghost, as per usual. Sitting across from him was Rachel. She looked up and smiled. All the pleasantries. I will answer politely. Shake hands. Right, start the broadcast. Introduce Rachel. Oh, I missed that. Kyle vomited. Rachel looked at Kyle, concerned, gave him a couple of coughs, and decided to play it cool and keep the show running. Kyle stopped, then vomited again, then continued in a shaky voice. Tonight I have the pleasure of interviewing the lovely Rachel May, who no more needs an introduction. Kyle motioned to Rachel, who smiled and waved. I'm glad to be here. So let's go right in. I'm very ready. We're going to start with I purposely ran over a puppy. Hey, I ran over a puppy on purpose, said Kyle. Everyone in the studio froze. Kyle spread his hands out wide. It's a joke! Started laughing from his bottom of his stomach. Nobody laughed with Kyle. Several minutes later, he stopped laughing and moved on. Are you guilty? Rachel, are you guilty? Kyle threw his questions on the floor, stood up, and pointed at her. Rachel's eye twitched slightly. Guilty of what, dear Kyle? She asked, disingenuously. Guilty, spat Kyle, of your crimes. Rachel did not answer. Her eyelids both started twitching uncontrollably. Kyle asked another question. Is your mother a mother? So, said Kyle. My mother's a mother. My mother's mother is her mother, and my mother's mother. And many mothers have mother's mother's mother. Is your mother a mother? Rachel went to answer and stopped. I believe, she said eventually, that I should answer yes. Kyle asked another question. Have you ever eaten a raw egg whole? Like shell and all, asked Rachel. Kyle continued, I have. Like a lot. It's really bad though, so sometimes I spit it back up. There was silence. But actually, it gets easier the more you do it, continued Kyle, without losing momentum. So, don't start, I say. Rachel chose to not look at him and looked in the other direction. looks from his paper. Alright, Joe, I think that's all I was planning on asking you. If that's the case, Kyle, can I ask him in return? Why exactly did you decide to wear a suit of armour today? Before Kyle could answer, the camera shut down and the broadcast was over. But as he lay in bed, he felt like something was missing. What? Are you mad? Oh, wow. Okay then. We'll give this another go. Right, I've got a hunch on how to get the Lizard Demon 1. So let's have a look. Kyle's first decision was made wisely. It was indeed, as I have chosen to die. Shucks, I'm a ghost. Let's get out of bed. So we're going to go open the closet, we're going to choose an outfit, and we're going to choose the suit of armour, as we did before. Back to the room, we're going to exit the bedroom to the hallway, check the locked door, float through as a ghost, because you know, just can. We're going to get the artifact, we're going to grab the artifact, get the laser claymore, because we are expecting a battle. Back to the hallway. Scavenge this time. Resources. No, nothing. Indeed, it was the corpse of Harry, friend it was missing a while ago. Wait, what? It's found a corpse. Kyle was glad to see him again, but was unsure whether to interrupt such an important day with Harry business. Deal with Harry. Kyle hoisted Harry onto his shoulder and took him outside. Kyle began dragging Harry's body down the street, drawing many stairs. Kyle knew exactly where he needed to take Harry's corpse. On a lovely play date, just the two of them. Oh god. Kyle and Harry started at an arcade. Kyle used Harry's arms to operate the joysticks and push buttons. After 5 or 6 different games, the two friends had enough tickets for a single candy bar. They took their prize to the local park for eating. Kyle tried to feed some of the chocolate bar to Harry, but Harry seemed to not have an appetite. I wonder why. After eating, Kyle noticed a nearby playground. He dragged Harry over. Kyle tried to figure out a way to swing Harry on the swing set, but lacking the ability to grip, Harry kept falling out. Instead, Kyle started to lug Harry to the top of the slide and shove him down time and time again. Finally, Kyle took Harry to the movies to see many popular films, as their pocket change allowed. Kyle quickly found out that he had no pocket change, so he searched through Harry's corpse until he found his wallet. Kyle bought 2 tickets to A Love Romance. After getting inside, Kyle left Harry to go find a restroom. By the time Kyle had finished using the restroom, he had forgotten that he had brought Harry all along. Kyle watched A Love Romance by himself. Harry's corpse sat on a bench in the room. While Kyle was in the movie, a beautiful thing happened. Harry's corpse, imbued with the power of friendship and love, was reanimated. Harry's old rotten flesh gained colour and life, his fingernails regrew, his missing eye came back. By the time the movie was over, Harry was able to greet Kyle with a large friendly hug as his old self. Kyle was confused and delighted that his long-lost friend met him on his way to out of the theatre. The two made plans to get drinks together and parted ways for the day. Kyle returned home, forgetting about the interview with Rachel. Helped a friend. Ah, lovely. Right, that's all we have time for today. I don't make this video too long, but I'm going to come back to this probably at some point and try and get the rest of the endings, or at least a good chunk more of them. Thank you a lot for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other suggestions, then please let me know in the comment section below. And please like and subscribe for some more content like this, and I'm probably going to carry on doing other things like horror games and stuff. I have already got a few of them ready, so yeah, we'll see where this takes us.